Hello, this is the daily Forex report for December 22nd. We are looking at the U.S. Japanese yen pair first. This pair closed lower, overall moving sideways. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways, potentially moving up to 84.23, possibly down to 82.99. Look for some resistance around 83.90 and look for some support around 83.25. Now the Euro USD, this pair closed down, but just by a little bit. We are looking for it to potentially continue moving sideways overall. Okay, we're looking for this pair to potentially go as high as 132.59, possibly as low as 129.68. Look for some resistance around 131.63 and look for some support around 130.59. Okay, now let's take a look at the pound US dollar pair. This pair moved to the downside, is moving lower, biased is to the downside. Look for it to potentially on a reversal move as high as 155.65, possibly as low as 152.40. Look for some resistance around 154.50 and look for some support around 153.50. Now the US Swiss, it broke below previous support, closed lower, is moving lower overall. Look for this pair to potentially, on a reversal, hit some resistance around 0.9550 and hit some support to the downside around 0.9475. Now, as far as news announcements, there's no significant news announcements for tomorrow's session. Definitely want to keep an eye on that. Friday, I know we do have some news announcements, but none for tomorrow. Now, this pair, the Euro USD, created an inside bar during this last session, and we are looking for a breakout of that. If you notice here, we have two different areas of previous support to the downside. It only allows for about 10 pips. 10 to 13, depending on which one you use, before you hit that support area. So you have a choice to make. You can either choose to grab 10 pips, grab a quick scalp out of that, and move on, or you can choose to wait until you get a break below this second yellow line, and then look to go short and look for it to tap out right around here. The only issue with that is we're getting closer and closer to the holidays, and due to that we're going to have lower and lower volume. So if you go for the longer one, most likely it's not going to happen. So taking out 10 pips out of the market, quick little scalp that you can set up, entry, take profit, stop loss, and then walk away from it, would probably be a much better call. Now the US Swiss, it did break through previous support and closed lower, and if you notice from yesterday's video, it did break through and go through that area of previous support fairly quick. So now, since it's dropped basically here, our next area that we're looking for is basically a bounce off of these two low points. They're a little bit further away from each other than what we'd normally see as support, but we have an area of support here to look for. And if you notice, it's come down, pulled back, gone down, come back. So we're looking for it to come on down a little bit further and then pull back again. So definitely look for that pullback. There's an opportunity to potentially make some pips. Here's a pullback that went, about 100 pips up after the first day that it went up. This one didn't go quite as high, but went about 50 pips. So you can see that after the first pullback, if you jump in the market looking for it to go a little bit higher, you can definitely get about 50 pips. And we have about 50 pips from where we are currently to the lows where you could see it bounce. So there is a potential for that during this next session. All right, well, that about wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.